Hello, dear friend. Did you know that your heart right now has the power to heal itself? Even if you have been told that your arteries are clogged or your blood pressure is too high, there is still hope. Today, I want to walk alongside you and show you how natural choices, right from your own kitchen and routine, can begin to clear your arteries, reduce your blood pressure, and bring new strength to your heart. We are not talking about magic. We are talking about science-backed, time-tested steps that can truly change your life. And if you are part of our Elders Insight family, or if you are just joining us, welcome. To show our appreciation, we are giving away 100 free copies of our Heart Health Guide to our subscribers. To enter, simply subscribe, like this video, and tell us in the comments what your heart health goal is. The truth about heart disease. Let's begin by talking honestly. Heart disease is the number one cause of death around the world. That is not just a number. That is someone's spouse, someone's parent, someone's dear friend. And maybe for you it feels personal too. Maybe you have lost someone. Maybe you are worried about your own heart. If so, I want you to know something important today. The human body was designed to heal itself, and your heart is no exception. Your heart is not just a muscle. It is a miracle, beating every second, pumping blood and life through over 60,000 miles of blood vessels. That is enough to wrap around the earth more than twice. But when those vessels, called arteries, start to get clogged, your heart must work harder and harder. And over time, that stress takes its toll. But here's what most people are never told. Clogged arteries can be improved. Damaged heart function can be supported. You are not stuck. You see, every part of your body depends on healthy blood flow. When blood cannot reach a part of the body, it begins to suffer, and eventually that tissue dies. That is why poor circulation can lead to cold hands and feet, brain fog, fatigue, or even stroke and heart attack. But circulation is not just about the blood itself. It is also about the highways it travels on, your arteries, and what they are made of. Your arteries are lined with cells, just like your skin. These cells get damaged by high blood sugar, processed food, and stress. And once damaged, they attract inflammation and cholesterol buildup. This is how plaques form, those dangerous clogs. But we can reverse this. And we can do it in ways that are safe, simple, and powerful. Let me explain how energy flows in the body. Every single cell in your heart and all through your body uses glucose for fuel. That glucose enters cells through the help of insulin, like a key opening a door. But when you eat too many refined carbohydrates or sugars, your insulin can become overwhelmed. The cells get tired of answering the door. This leads to insulin resistance, which not only causes type 2 diabetes, but also increases the power of movement. Now that we understand what damages the heart, let's talk about what builds it up: movement. Exercise might feel like a big word, especially if your knees ache or your energy's low. But I'm not talking about going to the gym or running marathons. I am talking about something more natural, more gentle, and more powerful. You see, the heart is a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows stronger with use, but not just any use. One of the most effective forms of exercise for the heart is called interval training. And no, that does not mean high-intensity workouts that leave you breathless. Interval simply means you move, then rest, then move again. Let me give you a real-life story. My son Peter was 25 years old when he began training for a triathlon. He ran up and down the steep hills behind our home in Brisbane, Australia. It was hard work, but that work transformed his heart. One day, during his job as a tiler, he was lifting a heavy ceramic vanity. It slipped and crushed his ankle. The blood shot up so fast it hit the ceiling. When they checked his pulse at the hospital, it was only 50 beats per minute. That's low, but not dangerous. In fact, it meant his heart was so strong that every single beat pumped more powerfully, more efficiently. His heart did not need to beat 70 or 80 times to get the job done. Why am I telling you this? because it shows what a heart can do when we train it, gently and consistently. Now, you might not be running up hills, and that's okay, but you can walk, you can climb steps, you can march in place by your favorite chair. Try walking for 2 minutes at a brisk pace, then rest for 1 minute. Repeat that a few times. That is interval training. And it works. The key is not speed. It is consistency. It is about making your heart adapt just a little so it becomes more efficient over time. A strong heart is a calm heart. Did you know that people with lower resting heart rates live longer and recover better from illness or injury? When your heart is strong, you are better prepared for life's unexpected stress, whether it is a fall, an infection, or even emotional pain. And here is something beautiful. Every time you move, you tell your heart that life is still worth living, that there are still things you want to do, people you want to love, places you want to see. You do not need to be an athlete, you just need to begin. In the next section, I will introduce you to a small but powerful helper, cayenne pepper. You may already have it in your kitchen and you will be amazed at what it can do for your blood flow and your heart. Let's take the next step together. Nature's medicine, cayenne pepper. Let's talk about one of the most powerful natural remedies you can find. Right in your kitchen cabinet, it is called cayenne pepper. You may know it as a spice that adds heat to your food, but today I want to show you how it adds life to your heart. Cayenne pepper is not just a cooking ingredient, it is a true heart tonic. This humble red powder has been used for generations to improve circulation, reduce blood pressure, and even repair damaged arteries. Here is how it works. First, cayenne pepper helps to thin your blood. Now let me be clear, this is not the kind of thinning that causes internal bleeding, like some prescription medications can. Cayenne works naturally, safely, and gently. It improves blood flow by making your blood less sticky, allowing it to move smoothly through your arteries. Second, cayenne pepper helps to dilate your blood vessels. That means it opens them up, like turning a narrow path into a wide road. This allows more oxygen and nutrients to reach every corner of your body, from your brain to your toes. People who start using cayenne regularly often report warmer hands and feet, better mental clarity, and more energy. And third, cayenne helps to strengthen the walls of your arteries. When your arteries are strong and flexible, they are less likely to tear, clog, or collapse. It is like patching up a worn-out garden hose so water can flow freely again. So how do you take it? It's simple. Start with 1/4 teaspoon, that's 1/4 of cayenne pepper, mixed in 1/3 cup of warm water. Take it just before meals, 2 or 3 times a day. Yes, it will tingle. You might even cough a little the first time. But that tingle means it is working. That warmth is your blood waking up. If the taste is too strong at first, start with just a pinch and slowly build up. Some people even put it in capsules or mix it with honey. But I recommend the water. It gets into your system faster and more effectively. Now, you might be wondering, is this safe for me? In most cases, the answer is yes. Cayenne pepper is a food, not a drug. It does not interfere with most medications. But of course, always check with your doctor, especially if you are on blood thinners. Here's something I want you to remember. Healing does not always come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in a spice jar. Cayenne pepper is proof that nature still works. In the next section, I will share another beautiful gift from the earth, hawthorn berry. It is gentle, safe, and deeply nourishing for the heart. If you or someone you love is dealing with blood pressure issues, this could be the answer you have been waiting for. Let's keep moving forward one step at a time. Heart's best friend, hawthorn berry. Now let us talk about another one of nature's great gifts for your heart, hawthorn berry. Hawthorn has been used for hundreds of years as a heart remedy, especially in Europe and traditional herbal medicine. And today, science is finally catching up to what healers and herbalists have known for generations. Hawthorn is not a miracle drug. It is a gentle, steady companion to your cardiovascular system. If cayenne pepper wakes your blood up and gets it moving, hawthorn wraps around your heart like a warm hug, calming it, strengthening it, and helping it work the way it was meant to. Here is what makes hawthorn so special. First, it balances blood pressure. If your blood pressure is too high, hawthorn can help lower it safely. If your pressure is too low, hawthorn can help bring it up to a healthy level. It adapts to what your body needs. That is why it is sometimes called a normalizer. Second, hawthorn strengthens the contractions of your heart. That means with every beat, your heart pushes blood more effectively through your body. And that means better circulation, better energy, and less strain on the heart over time. Third, hawthorn helps relax the blood vessels. Think of it as releasing the tension in a tightly wound hose. This allows blood to flow more freely and takes pressure off the heart. Let me tell you the story of Henry. Henry was a retired judge who came to one of our health retreats a few years ago. He was 69 years old and on 6 different medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, blood thinning, blood sugar, gout, and ulcers. When I asked him if he wanted to work toward getting off the medications, he politely said, "No, thank you. I'm happy as I am." And I respected that. It is always your choice what you put in your body. But he was open to trying something gentle, so we gave him a liter of hawthorn berry tea to sip throughout the day and a bit of cayenne pepper before meals. 4 months later, Henry showed up at my door. I did not recognize him. He had lost 40 pounds. The puffiness in his face was gone. And he said, "Barbara, I can button my coat again." But that is not all. His doctor was so surprised by his improved blood pressure and blood work that he took him off every single medication. Henry no longer needed pills for blood thinning, cholesterol, blood sugar, or ulcers. It all began with a berry and a choice. So how can you use hawthorn berry? You can find it in tea, capsule, or liquid extract form. If you use the dried berries, gently simmer 2 teaspoons in a cup of water for about 15 minutes. Strain it and drink throughout the day. Ideally, aim for about 1 liter daily. Or, if you prefer capsules, look for a total daily dose of up to 4,000 milligrams, divided into 2 or 3 servings. Hawthorn is safe. It can be taken with most medications, though it is always wise to check with your doctor. It is gentle. It does not shock the system. And it is effective, especially when paired with the lifestyle steps we have already discussed. In our next section, we will talk about a big myth that has caused a lot of confusion and fear: cholesterol. I will show you why the real danger is not the fat on your toast, but what is hiding under it. Let's clear up the confusion and give you the truth your heart deserves. The cholesterol myth and food fix. Now, let's clear up one of the biggest health misunderstandings of our time: cholesterol. For decades, people were told that fat is the enemy, that butter and eggs are dangerous, that high cholesterol is the number one reason for heart disease. And so people started avoiding fat. They switched to low-fat diets, margarine, and processed foods. But something strange happened. Heart disease did not go down. In fact, it continued to rise. So what is the truth? The truth is your liver makes about 80% of your body's cholesterol. And most of that cholesterol is made not from fat, but from sugar. That is right. Your body creates cholesterol from glucose, simple sugar, especially when you eat too many refined carbohydrates like white bread, pastries, soda, and even so-called low-fat snacks. Cholesterol itself is not bad. In fact, your body needs it. Every cell in your body uses cholesterol to build strong membranes. Your brain especially depends on cholesterol. It is the fattiest organ in your body. The brain cell walls are made of 70% fat, And cholesterol plays a key role in brain health, hormone production, and even memory. There are two main types of cholesterol you hear about: HDL and LDL. HDL stands for high density lipoprotein. It carries extra cholesterol away from your tissues and back to the liver for processing. This is often called the good cholesterol. Then there's LDL, low density lipoprotein. This one has been called the bad guy. But here's what most people don't know: LDL is not bad. In fact, your body makes it for a reason. LDL helps repair and rebuild tissues. Wherever there is injury or inflammation in the body, LDL steps in like a construction crew. It even carries cholesterol to the brain for fuel. The problem only begins when LDL becomes damaged, oxidized, by things like trans fats, processed sugars, and chronic stress. That is what leads to plaque buildup in the arteries, not cholesterol itself. So instead of fearing cholesterol, the real question is, what is causing damage to your artery walls in the first place? That damage comes from processed food, high blood sugar, toxins, and lack of antioxidants. And that's where food becomes your best medicine. Let's talk about what supports healthy cholesterol levels and artery repair. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, rich in nitrates and vitamin K, berries like blueberries and raspberries packed with polyphenols and antioxidants. Healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocado, and raw nuts. Whole grains like oats and quinoa, which help clean the blood naturally, and plenty of clean water to help flush out toxins. Also avoid the real enemies: white sugar, white flour, fried foods, and artificial additives. Remember, it's not the olive oil on the bread that's the problem. It's the bread under the olive oil. It's not the butter on your toast. It's the white toast itself. Healthy fats are not the enemy. They are the fuel your body was built to use. When you eat real food, your body recognizes it, uses it, and heals with it. The truth about cholesterol should empower you, not scare you. Coming up next, we will explore how faith, mindset, and small daily habits can tie everything together. Because heart health is not just physical, it's also emotional, spiritual, and deeply personal. Let's continue this journey with hope. We have talked a lot today about arteries, blood pressure, herbs, exercise, and nutrition. But now I want to speak to your heart, not just the muscle in your chest, but the place inside you where your hope lives. Because no matter your age, no matter your diagnosis, your past choices, or your family history, I believe this deeply: it is never too late to begin healing. It is never too late to feel better. And it is never too late to hope. In the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 14, it says, "God gave herbs for the service of man." That is not just poetic, that is practical. Nature has always offered support, real, gentle, lasting support, for those willing to listen and try. We saw that with cayenne pepper, a simple spice with the power to move your blood. We saw it with hawthorn berry, a humble fruit that comforts and strengthens your heart. We saw it in Peter's story of physical resilience and Henry's journey from 6 medications to freedom. These are not miracles. They are results, and they are possible for you too. But the journey of healing is not just about what you do. It is also about what you believe. Do you believe that your body is capable of healing? Do you believe that your best years could still be ahead? Do you believe you deserve to feel good, to wake up with energy, to move with ease, to laugh without pain, to live without fear? Because I do. I believe that for you, even if we have never met. Healing begins with small steps, like drinking hawthorn tea, moving your body, choosing real food, and letting go of what no longer serves you. These steps may seem small today, but taken daily, they lead to transformation. So, what can you do today? You can walk for 5 minutes. You can start a pot of tea. You can take a deep breath and say to yourself, "I'm worth taking care of." And when you do, know that you are not alone. Here at Elders Insight, we are a family, a community, a circle of people who are learning, growing, and healing together, one step at a time. If this video spoke to you, I invite you to share your story in the comments. What's one step you'll take today for your heart? What is one thing you're ready to change, or one hope you're holding on to? And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss our weekly encouragements, recipes, interviews, and deep dives into everything that matters for your well-being. Let this be the beginning, not the end. Your heart has so much life left to give, so take care of it and let it take care of you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so glad you're here. Until next time, this is Elders Insight, where your healing journey matters.